Hey, everybody, I'm Scott Weichel. You're listening to My Kind of Country. Got a return guest tonight. We've been sharing some great stories with some of the country music legends that this gentleman's worked with, and he's here tonight to share some stories about another one of my favorites, the great Vern Gosdin. It's a pleasure to welcome Curt Ryle to My Kind of Country. Curt, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Scott. I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me on. This is fun, as always. I always look forward to doing these things with you.
Oh, man, I love these stories so much, and I can't thank you enough for taking time to share them with me and my audience because it's good stuff, man. I love hearing this stuff.
Well, I've got some things. If you want to talk about Vern Gosdin, I can tell you some funny things. I worked with that guy for, oh my gosh, I guess 5 or 6 years, right during his heyday when he was on CBS, and he was putting out songs like Chiseled and Stone and Do You Believe Me Now and all those great hits. I worked that era with him on the road, and my gosh, we were doing probably 250 dates a year out there. So, but it was we had some good times, and of course we had some strange times. Vern was kind of an odd kind of a guy, but he could do some pretty funny things at times. So. But you know, I want to tell you a quick story. We were in New York City. A lot of people they don't know about Vern. Vern was one of these guys who had a whole lot of money. Scott, he had, he never spent any money on anything. In fact, he would call me sometimes. He'd say, "Son, why don't you come out to my house and let's write a song?" And I'd go out to his house, and it would be in the summer, like in August, and he would have the air conditioner turned off, so it would be like 100 degrees in the house. And I said, "Vern, it is really hot in here. Why don't you have your air conditioner?" He said, "Well, son, there's no reason to waste energy, So I went to the refrigerator, and he had the refrigerator unplugged. I couldn't, we had a 20-watt light bulb at night, and we would try to see how to write songs. And finally, one night I said, "Vern, we can't write like this. We got to at least have some light." And he goes, "I tell you what, son, let's go out on the bus." He said, "Because that generator only costs about 20 cents an hour or a gallon, to run it." And I said, "I don't care where we go. Let's get some air." And so anyway, we went out on the bus and wrote some songs. But he was like that. He was very, very tight with his money. And so I think he just didn't have anything growing up, and I think he just grew up like that, and he was just afraid that he was going to end up dirt poor again. But every once in a while he would splurge and he would buy something. So he bought this Rolex watch, and this was one of the really, really nice ones, And so I knew how he was with that watch. He was like, that was his pride and joy, And we were working in New York City at a place called The Bottom Line. This was back in the late 80s. And I'll never forget this. Myself and Vern's son, Steve, we became good buddies. And so we decided to go walking around New York City. And back then, this was before Rudy Giuliani. It's when things were still kind of crazy there. And they had these tables set up, and they would be selling these fake Rolex watches and all kinds of stuff right out on the sidewalk. So I walked up and was looking at these Rolexes. They were selling them for $25, and I saw one that looked identical to Vern's. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy this. I don't know why, but I'm going to buy it. And I bought this watch, and when we were going back to the hotel, I got this great idea. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to have some fun out of Vern. So I went straight to Vern's room, and he didn't know I had that. I had it in my pocket, and I said, we were sitting there talking, and in a few minutes I said, "Hey, Vern, do you mind if I look at that Rolex watch you got?" I said, "Man, I just love that thing." And he was so proud. He took it off. He said, "Yeah, son, look at that." So I was looking at it, and I said, "Do you think this thing is shockproof?" And or I said, "Do you think it's waterproof?" And he said, "Oh, absolutely, son. That's a Rolex." He said, "That's the best watch in the world." Well, while we were talking, I exchanged them, and he didn't know it. And I took the fake one and was holding it in my hand and put his in my pocket. And I said, "Well, do you think it's waterproof?" I said, "But do you think does it keep perfect time?" And he said, "Son, that's a Rolex watch." He said, "You can't buy a better watch than that." I said, "Yeah, but is it shockproof?" And he said, "Of course it's shockproof." And so, I stood up, Scott, and I took that watch and I threw it against the wall, and it just scattered into a million pieces, And his mouth just fell open. I said, Vern, you lied to me. That damn watch is not shockproof. I said, look at it. It's in pieces. He was just absolutely, I really thought he was going to break down, you know, and he looked at me and he said, son, you're fired. I mean, he was mad, boy, instantly mad. And he loved me. I knew he wasn't really going to fire me when I told him the truth. But, and I pulled out his real watch and I said, hey, Vern, I was just playing a joke on you. I said, I found that one at a sale up there in New York for $25. And I said, but here's your real watch. And he took it back and he said, man, don't ever do that again. He said, I'm telling you, he said, you could cause me to have a heart attack and it'd be on you. He thought for sure I had destroyed that Rolex watch. I would have had it, I'd have drug it out a little longer, but I was already fired. I thought, you know, I better not push the envelope. He finally got a kick and he laughed about it, you know. But yeah, he was scared. He was worried about that watch for sure.
Oh man,
Vern was a crazy guy, you know. And I'll tell you something, another real quick story here. You know, Vern was an old bluegrasser back in the day. He loved the Louvin brothers, and you know, those guys never used drummers. They would just go on stage. You know, the bluegrass people, they never had drums, and so every time we go on stage, he wanted the drummer to just fluctuate meter with him, and drummers don't do that. The good ones will keep perfect time, and so he would just fire them because they wouldn't rush and drag whenever he wanted them to. And we went through 36 drummers in 1 year, Scott.
Oh my gosh!
And finally he just said, there ain't no great drummers in this world. He said, so I'm going to just use a drum machine. Well, a drum machine sure isn't going to fluctuate in tempo, you know, but perfect. So anyway, first night with the drum machine, he just kept saying there's something wrong with this drum machine. he never dawned on him that it was him that, you know, and so he fired 3 drum machines that year. So we went through 36 drummers and 3 drum machines. And of course, the band, we just laughed about it. We couldn't, every time we were on the road, we had a different drummer. And Vern was just convinced that none of them were any good, and he had some of the best drummers in the world out there on the road.
Oh man!
So it just goes to show, you know, some of these guys were quirky, but you know, it was funny looking back at it now. You know, we still laugh about that. You know, we're the only professional band that went through 36 drummers and 3 drum machines in 1 year.
That is great. That is great. What are some songs that you wrote with Vern? Did he record some of your stuff?
Yeah, he did. But you know, Vern and I never had a single on Vern. Back during the time I was working with him, it was just almost impossible to ride out there on the road, Scott, because we were out there 250 days a year, sure. And you know, we were just getting on the bus, going to the next show, and set up and play, and then we get on the bus and we go another 500 miles. You just can't hardly write songs doing that. But after I left him, after I left his band, he and I started writing together, and I had a couple of songs that I had written with him that I actually recorded that no one's ever heard, and I've got them here. And he was going to release both of them as singles, but he ended up having a stroke, which ended his career, and those songs were never released. And so he was one of the artists that I really wanted to have a song written with him or on his record, and it just never happened. It almost did, but it never did. And then I had a song that I had written by myself that he had fallen in love with. And he said, son, I'm going to record that, and I'm going to put that out first. And one of these days, I'll send you a copy of that song. I'll tell you where you can find it, Scott. Clinton Gregory, if you remember Clinton Gregory, he had some hit records back in the 90s. And he heard that song and fell in love with it, and he recorded it. And I think I wrote about 7 or 8 of his hits. And one of them was called House of Diamonds. If you were to go out on YouTube, you could find that thing and play it. That's the song that Vern wanted to record.
Oh, wow.
And when Vern passed away, I let Clinton do it. And so that's the only time it's been recorded was by Clinton Gregory. So
I have that.
yeah,
I have that. It's a great
interesting
song.
stories.
Yeah, and we'll play that. It's a great song. I have that in my collection. I love Clinton Gregory. He's just an awesome talent for sure. We'll play that for sure. And we'll play some other great Vern Gosdin songs too. He's one of my favorites. I think Chisel and Stone is one of the upper echelon of country music songs, you know?
Absolutely, without a doubt. That's definitely one of the best ones he ever did.
Amen to that. Well, Curt, thank you so much for sharing some of your great stories, and I hope you'll come back again. We'd love to do some more of these.
I look forward to it, Scott. Thank you.
All right. Here's some great Vern Gosdin music as we continue with My Kind of Country. And we're going to play Clinton Gregory's House of Diamonds for you, too, so hang on.